Here are 11 ways to make money in the Pokemon industry. Whether you want to just fund your hobby or you want to make some extra cash on the side, this video is for you. Now, I've been in the Pokemon industry for years now. I've tried tons of different things, but I buy and sell Pokemon and I do it full time. I'm in this industry full time, so I believe I'm qualified to talk and teach you guys on how you can make money, whether you want to do it casually or full time. Here's 11 ways to make money in the industry. Now, these are from 11, which is the worst, and then 1, which is the best. This is ranked. And some of them I don't believe you should do, and some of them I think you should do. These are just 11 ways I can think of that you can make money in the industry. Now, you may notice that this video is long as. This is a very long video. This is not supposed to be a 10-minute happy, jolly video. This is supposed to be a serious video. You only click on this if you're serious. If you're not serious, you're more than welcome to leave. Now's your time. But for anybody who's genuinely serious, you've actually clicked on this and you were serious, let's begin. I just want to say, guys, thank you guys so much for the support. You guys are amazing. I cannot thank you guys enough. Honestly, you guys are phenomenal. If you're new to this channel, please do not forget to subscribe. But if this is your second time coming here, thank you so much for returning. It truly means a lot. But let's begin. Alrighty, number 11 is scalping Pokemon. I don't recommend it in the slightest. It's not worth your time. You're creating enemies. You're putting yourself in danger. And you're wasting time. Did I say you're wasting time? So let's break the numbers down. It's not worth your time whatsoever. And the reason why it's not worth your time is because it's so competitive. Generally, what happens when something is so competitive is you have to put in an extra amount of effort in order to be rewarded. Let's just say making content. Everybody wants to be a YouTuber. Let's be real. A lot of kids want to be a YouTuber when they grow up now. Now, in order to be a YouTuber, you have to make the extra effort in order to become a YouTuber. I have to put in more of an effort than Bob to make it work, right? The thing about scalping is there's no such thing as extra effort. If you line up, they're going to have a limit. It's not like you can just go at the front and buy it all. Now, say this is a viable strategy. I'm not judging you. I'm not recommending you should do it. I'm just naming these. I'm looking at these completely emotionless and I'm naming them and saying, should you do it? Yes or no? No emotions, nothing. If you say I'm advertising scalping and you think I'm ruining the hobby, fair enough, but I'm not. I'm just looking at this from just a bird's eye view. I'm saying, no, you should not do it. It's not worth your time. You're going to create enemies, you're going to put yourself in danger, and you're going to waste time. The reason is because it's so competitive that at the end of the day, even if you're going to make, let's just say $500 in a day, you're not going to because everybody's going to try and do it. And if everybody tries to do it, it's not worth it. And then you know the only time it's worth it is when you have like 10 people come in and then you get 10 people worth of limits. So you get all your mates to come in and let's just say it's a limit of 1 booster bundle per person. Well, maybe that booster bundle you make $40 off, but if you get 10 of your mates to come in, then you make $400. But you're wasting everybody's time. There's no way to make it viable. Even my mates, I say to people, cool, you ran around, you used up all this time and you saved $40 in each booster bundle. Me personally, I've got 40 there. I paid scalper prices on every single one of those. I didn't buy those at retail. You think I bought those at retail? No, I value my time much more than that because it's not worth your time going around chasing, grabbing one bundle from here, one poster collection here. It's not worth it. Just buy every single item you see there. Call me a scalper. Funny enough, I'm funding scalpers because I'm buying those off scalpers. I'm buying it off the people trying to make a quick buck. I'm just buying up all of their bundles. It's not worth it. Let's move on to number 10. Alrighty, number 10 is selling singles. Selling singles is not worth it. So when I'm saying singles, I'm saying anywhere from $10 to $100. Selling these singles is not worth it. The reason is, and even beyond, even $500 singles or $1,000 singles, the reason why it's not worth it is a very simple reason, similar to scalping, is that you need to value your time. The problem about singles is that people ask you for the picture of the card and people ask all these different angles. People ask all these different questions. Hey, your single they have listed, could it get a PSA 10? Mate, I have no idea. I'm selling the card. I literally don't care. If I think it's going to get a PSA 10, I'm going to submit it myself. Don't ask me if I think it's going to get a PSA 10. You're just wasting my time. You're wasting your time. The problem is there's so much time being wasted. You can either take it the quick route and use stock photos, but you can rinse through hundreds of cards an hour. You can just list a card every like 30 seconds. You can list so many, or it'll take you like 5 minutes per card on average. And then you take pictures of it, list it. It's a whole process. The difference between taking a picture of a card and using a stock photo is night and day. You can list probably 100 to 200 cards using stock photos versus probably 20 cards using real pictures. The problem about real pictures is people that are not happy. They want different angles. They want to ask different questions. They always want more. And there's nothing inherently wrong with that. I'm not shaming people for that. But then that means that industry might not be for you because it's just too time consuming. And also, your margins on singles are not high. And when those margins aren't high and there's a little dip, you get washed out. If you had bought a collection of singles recently, you would have just gotten cooked because singles have dipped so much. Any SIR you can think of, any IR you can think of have all dipped by about 30 to 40%. The Pikachu went from 600 to 450. So if you bought at 450, you've broken even. But not only you've broken even, remember, you've still got to pay fees, you've still got to pay shipping, you've still got to use up your time. All of that just to make a loss? Not worth it. Alrighty, number 9 is ripping and shipping. Now you need to understand this is from the worst to the best. So we're getting a little bit better. Ripping and shipping is still bad though. It's not sustainable. It's highly competitive. It's a hard entry. It's a hard to source inventory. Everything about it is hard. So the entry is impossible. Why is it impossible? Well, because everybody wants to open up Pokemon packs. Let's be real for a second. If somebody could open up Pokemon packs for a living, they probably would. Now, on top of that, when you make content, generally you get praise. People like your videos. People say they love your videos. Which, by the way, when you guys say you love my videos, it means a lot. But people say they love your videos and they're praising you. Oh, this rip and shipper, he's so cool. That is so sought after. Everybody wants that. And when everybody wants it, it becomes impossible to get. You've got to remember, at the end of the day, if it's a desired industry to enter, it becomes hard to enter. Say being a Lego builder. A lot of kids want to be Lego builders. They want to work with Lego. But that's a very hard industry to get in. It's very competitive and it's very difficult. And you actually genuinely need to be talented into being good at building Lego spaceships and building different Lego instructions. So the thing is, it's the same thing as this. It's such a difficult entry. Sourcing products is hard as hell. Selling products is hard as hell. It's not sustainable. Everybody's trying to do it. There's no potential. The only way this works is if you already have a presence online. I'm never going to do this. For the record, I would never do this. It's so stupid to buy off rip and shippers. Seriously, buy booster packs and open them with your family. Open them with your friends. Don't buy them on a channel. No one cares about you. If you buy a Pokemon pack on a streamer, they don't give a shit about you. They don't care about you in the slightest. Open it with your friends. Open it with your family. Me personally, I don't crack packs. I think it's too expensive and I don't want to do it. But some people would see that as different. Some people want to, and that's perfectly fine. Open it with your family. Open it with your friends. Don't buy off an overpriced price of a rip and shipper and they don't care about you. So I just want to be clear. I would never do that. I would never be a rip and shipper. I think it's just such a shady, slimy industry to be in. However, if I were to, I would have a lot more success than people trying to do it. The reason is because I somewhat, I guess, already have a presence online. Now, please remember, I would never do that. I don't want your money. I do not want your money. I don't want to do that. It's shady for you. It's slimy for me. It's just icky. But the thing is, I would have better success than someone entering the market now because I have a presence online. It's not that big of a presence, but at least I have a presence. It's an impossible entry. It's an impossible market to enter. It's not worth it. It's not worth your time. At that point, you might as well just get a normal job. Alrighty, number 8 is razzing off Pokemon cards. So, let's look at this pair of scissors. So I did a bit of researching and you can show pairs of scissors on YouTube, which is a huge W because in the past you couldn't. But anyways, very cool scissors. It's got a cool rubber handle. It's honestly, you guys probably don't care. If I want to sell this scissors, I can sell it for $100. I know it's a very expensive pair of scissors. That's crazy, but I mean, that's a good pair of scissors. I can sell it for $100. But if you razz it off, then you can razz it off for $110. Now, if you don't know what razzing is, what it is basically where you say to 10 people, hey, you can get a 10% chance to win this, but the entry is $11. Now, if it's worth $100, why is the entry $11 and 10 people pay that? Well, that extra premium is for the person setting it up, shipping it, and stuff like that. Now, here's the thing. This is basically an opportunity for people to be able to buy it and hope that they win it at a discounted rate. Now, I know tons of people who do this. I know tons of people who've won booster boxes. I know tons of people who've won slabs and all this stuff, but they don't win. You lose in the long term. You may be a winner on the short term, but you're going to get sucked right in and you're just going to lose money. You're always going to lose. Maybe you get a win here and there, but at the end of the day, you're losing. Now, the thing is, we're not talking about the buyers, we're talking about the sellers. The reason why this is number 8 is because it's better than rip and shipping, and the reason is because it's actually more sustainable. But other than that, it's the same as rip and shipping. So the only difference with this is that it's just more sustainable. The difference about rip and shipping is it's not sustainable, because the second people can get packs in Kmart, they're just going to buy it off Kmart or EB Games or GameStop or Walmart, right? The thing about Razzes is it's been a thing since, I swear, the Stone Age. Like, Razzes is just such a popular gambling system. Now, there's a couple of things. First of all, law enforcement. You could get in trouble with the police if you do this. It depends what state you're in. It depends what country you're in. Maybe in Britain you can't do Razzes. Maybe in New Zealand you can't do Razzes. I know for Australia, I'm not a lawyer, this is not legal advice, but it seems, allegedly, I'm just going to say allegedly to protect myself, allegedly what people do is they donate 5% of the money to charity so that it can be labelled not as a Razz but something else, so that it's legally okay. Really shady? Maybe it's actually illegal, but like everyone turns a blind eye. But what I've been told is that because they do that 5% charity donation, that makes it okay. Allegedly. The thing is, you might get in trouble with the police from where you are. It's very shady. It's a very shady industry. And for a lot of people, if you do Razzes, you need to get a license. So for people to work around it, it's shady. But let's just say everything's fine. The problem is, once again, you need trust and you need a presence online. Let's just start with trust. So first of all, the reason why you need trust is because when people take these payments for these Razzes, they don't take PayPal. They don't take a credit card. They don't take anything with buyer protection. And the reason is because what the buyers can do is, if they don't win, they can just open up a claim. Let's just say you're into a Facebook group, there's a Razz, and you spend $1,000 on tickets and you don't win. If you paid with PayPal, you can just make a claim with PayPal and say, hey, I want my money back, and they'll just give you your money back. And the reason is because in order for the seller to win the dispute, there needs to be a tracking number, but they didn't win. It literally goes against PayPal's terms of service to use that as a form of payment for these certain things. So what that means is you need to convince these people to transfer you the money, which means you need trust. The problem is, how the hell are you going to convince people to just transfer you? And say, this scissors, I do this for $100. Okay, I make $10 off of it. Is that freaking it? It's only worth it when it goes up like to 1,000 and above. Say you make $100 off of it. Okay, it's sort of worth it. Good luck convincing people to transfer you $1,000 though. Mate, good luck. No one's going to transfer you $1,000 from thin air. So the entry is difficult. You need a presence. You need trust. It's shady. It's not worth it. Now, once again, there are people who succeed with this. Every single thing I've named so far, there are people who succeed with it. But we're not looking at the top 1%. What my job is to analyze these and go, how doable is it for you to do that? Not the guy who's at the top, not the person who's at the top of the food chain, but you. And that's why I put it at number 8. Alrighty, now those are some really, really shady or bad business practices or bad industries to work in. These top 7 are good. Number 7 is buying fire sales. This is fantastic. So, fire sales generally induce a lot of emotions. When people see Journey Together. If Journey Together gets fire sold, the booster box, for let's just say 170 AUD. For anyone who doesn't know, I'm in Australia. So we're going to be going based off the Australian currency. That's about 110 USD. So the thing is, that would be considered a fire sale because it's just being sold way under market to get it to quickly sell. Amazon do this a lot. Now, they don't really do it in this market, the Pokemon market, because they don't really need to, because they can get away with selling. But in the quiet times, there are always fire sales. And my favorite fire sale is a sale that Kmart did. They did a sale where you could get a Crown Zenith premium box for $39 AUD, which is about $27 USD, and it would have 11 booster packs inside. If you bought that, first of all, you would be able to double your money on the same day. But let's just say you waited a year. You bought it and you waited a year. Holy balls, I think you would have 5x your money on it. About there. You would have done phenomenal for yourself. And you've got to remember, you could buy it online. You could buy it in person. No one wanted it. That's the thing. And Amazon do this a lot and they'll just fire sell something. And it may not even be a bad product. Sometimes it's a good product, but they just want to move it. Booster Box is a great example. There was recently a Silver Tempest listing on Amazon, sold by Amazon themselves. You could buy them for 420 AUD. You would be able to sell it in the same day for $550 and generate about a $130 profit per box. Now, $130 profit per box. Let's just say, you know what? Actually, I've sold Silver Tempest boxes for $580. But let's just say after fees and shipping, you make a clean $100 each, just to make it easy for the video. $100. It's more than that. But let's just say you made $100 profit per box. If you then bought 100 boxes, you would generate 10 grand from thin air. And all you need to do is sell 3 boxes a day for a month straight and you'd make $10,000 profit. Now here's the thing, this is the beauty about it. You don't need to build a brand. You don't need to put in all this effort. You don't need to spend time branding and registering domain names and putting all this effort and building a store and getting leases and all this stuff. All you're doing is buying an existing product, being Pokemon, that's on sale. You just buy it and just resell it. It's so easy. It's so easy. You're not selling any product. You can literally come back. You can go to work 8 hours, come back and say you've sold 3 Silver Tempest booster boxes that day. You've made $300. You literally put them in the box, ship them out, and in about 20 minutes, you've generated an extra $300 of revenue. This is so doable. Now, it's not as doable in this market because everything sells in this market. It doesn't matter if it's joined together blisters, temporal forces, booster packs, or it doesn't matter what it is. It sells. But this is very viable when the market is quiet. There is so much money to be made. So much money. Especially when Black Friday comes. Holy crap, the deals are amazing. The amount of money you can make is ridiculous. It's not even funny. And what's the smartest strategy to do is wait 5 months after the sale and then sell it. And the reason is because when the sale happens, everybody sells it immediately. They'll buy Silver Tempest booster boxes for $420 and sell for $500. If you wait 1 month, you'll be able to sell it and make an extra $50 margin per. An extra $50 margin per times 100, that's $5,000 extra. You went from $10,000 profit through $15,000 profit from nothing, from thin air. Literally waiting. That's how it's done. This one is such a great strategy. And you know what I love about this? There's 6 more. That's so good. Man, I feel bad for people who already clicked off the video. That sucks for them. But you stayed, so good job. Alrighty, number 6 is buying undervalued cards that can go up. Wow. What an amazing way to make money in this industry. This is the type of strategy that you can only pull it off a couple times a year, but far out when you do it, you can make some money. So, great example. This card here. If you're new to this channel, you might look at this card and go, oh, that's a nice card. If you're a regular, you already know about this card. This card, I made a killer prediction on. I bought up the market on these cards. Basically, what happened was, I bought up a ton of black and white cards. I bought up Zekrom, Reshiram. Are there any other Gen 5 Pokemon? I literally just bought up a ton of Reshiram and Zekrom cards. Already doubled and tripled my money. Already sold those all. I don't give a shit. I bought them months ago when no one was talking about them. Months ago. That Reshiram base from base set, it's now, what, $220? I bought it for $70. That's how it's done, right? So many Zekroms, so many Reshirams. Holy freaking crap. It was insane. I bought so many. I bought up the market. And for the record, I didn't do a buyout where I just pumped up the market. You can't do that. You can't pump up the market by yourself, right? Or at least in Australia, you can't do that. The reason is because TCG Player isn't in Australia, so it's kind of difficult to manipulate the market here. You can't really. Anyways, basically, it just did phenomenal. Now, this I'm still holding on to, and the reason is because this card has just been going crazy lately. I mean, I check up on this card every once again, and I'm like, wow, bravo, that's amazing. I bought these for about $90 a piece. Now they go for about $200. And I bought PSA 7s for about $130 a piece, and now they go for, what, $280? So I doubled my money. Very, very easy, quick flip. Now, you need to understand, for me, I'm very busy. I'm dealing with a bunch of other stuff. I mean, I'm literally uploading every single day. I've got orders to get out. I've got shit to do. So I didn't buy up thousands of these. But realistically, if I really wanted to, and I just bought like hundreds of these, and then I just slowly offloaded them in the market, I could have made so much money. I didn't really want to because I was kind of dealing with other stuff. But hey, I still have 8 of these, and I'm just holding on to them, not really selling them. I think it's a good card, and I think it will go up more. It's not going to go down, I'll tell you that. It's just a phenomenal card. Anyways, the thing is, I recognized that this card was undervalued. It's hard as hell. It's so hard to know when a card is undervalued. It takes years of being in the industry. But you know, it's just a very easy, quick, like, strategy? ETB promos. So, Elite Trainer Box promos. You know, I bought these for $8 each, and now I can sell for $35. I bought 60 of them. That's amazing. I didn't even mean to do that. I literally just bought them off this guy. And then when I received them, I was like, I'm going to hold these. Because I was like, these are actually really good. And recently, they've been blowing up. Now, promos are very interesting. And the reason is because there aren't more promos coming into circulation, right? This card is pulled from a set, meaning that there's more entering circulation. But more than commonly, there's more being discovered. And when I say that, I mean like collections and stuff. No one's really opening up Legendary Treasures, which is what this is from. No one's really opening it up. It's expensive as hell. But more than likely, they're being discovered. Or people are realizing it's not a $5 card anymore, and they go, oh shit, that's $200, right? So that's a good example, but it's also a bad example. You know what's interesting is promos. The reason why promos are so interesting is that I just want to say something. I can't explain all of this in a short video. So like, this is why the video is so freaking long, because every single thing I have to go in depth. The reason why Elite Trainer Box promos is such a good investment is because Elite Trainer Box promos, the thing is, Pokemon always tops itself, right? From the 2016 craze to the 2020 craze, the 2016 craze looked like nothing, right? The 2016 craze was nothing compared to the 2020 craze. But then the 2025 craze compared to the 2020 craze is nothing. Like, we are miles ahead and way bigger than the 2020 craze, right? Like, the 2020 craze doesn't even look big. Like, the 2020 craze had people getting up at 5 a.m. to buy the new Shining Fates set. That's rookie numbers. In this day and age, people line up for 3 days. The Pokemon market always tops itself. Then maybe in 2028 or 2029, there'll be another craze, and then there'll be even more people that come in. You know what happens? The promo supply stays the same. The thing about cards is that they're constantly being pulled. Promos aren't really the same, and I'll tell you why. Yes, there are more promos entering supply when people open up Elite Trainer Boxes, yes. But there gets to a certain point where people don't open up Elite Trainer Boxes because it's not worth it. So the sealed promo is there, but it's not being sold. I'll give you a fantastic example. The Hidden Fates Elite Trainer Box promo. Okay, let's do some math. You get that promo. You get it as a PSA 10. You're paying about $60 in grading. You're paying, let's just say you sell it for $650, okay? So the Elite Trainer Box is worth about $750, the Elite Trainer Box. It's like $650 to $750. The price of the Elite Trainer Box is on par with the just promo as a PSA 10. Difference is, the promo as a PSA 10, you've got to pay fees when you ship it out. You've got to pay grading fees to get it graded. You've got to go through all of this, and that's even if it can get a 10. If it gets a 9, you've just lost hundreds of dollars. Now, this is the thing. It will never be worth cracking the ETB to grade the promo, then sell the packs at a profit and break even on the ETB via the promo, being a PSA 10. It's never worth it, because when you get a PSA 9, you're just cooked hundreds of dollars. So this basically means Hidden Fates ETBs aren't really going to get opened that much. They're $750. It's not worth opening it. The thing is, what happens is then the supply is flat. It stagnates. Generally, then what happens is when a bunch of people enter the market, they go, oh, this card, They go, oh, this card is sick. I want to buy this card. Now, here's the thing. I look at this card and I go, yeah, that's a $3 promo. That's $3. Yeah, it's cheap as hell. But other people look at it and they go, it's a $35 promo. You know why? Because the Elite Trainer box is almost $300. The Elite Trainer box is almost $300. This is getting harder and harder to come by, and there's more people in the market, meaning for every collector now, let's just say there's 2 Lucario promos. In the future, when there's another craze, and let's just say it doubles the amount of collectors, then for every collector then, there's half a Lucario. And then in the future, for every craze then, there's 1/4 of Lucarios available, and it keeps shrinking. That's the thing. There's more collectors and less of these being thrown around, meaning this goes up automatically. The Eevee from Prismatic Evolution, that Sleeping Eevee promo, first of all, it's a really good promo. But not only that, sleeping promos do so well. It's such a safe investment. Sleeping promos are some of the best performing cards that exist. Sleeping promos are just amazing. Everybody loves sleeping promos. And you know what people love sleeping promos of the most? Cute Pokemon. Let's be real. A sleeping Charizard isn't really as cute or enticing as a sleeping Raichu. A sleeping Raichu is all cuddly and cute. A sleeping Charizard isn't really that cuddly and cute, right? So Eevee is just the perfect card to be sleeping. That card is going to be a $100 promo eventually. It's going to be a long time. Oh my goodness. You're going to be waiting a while. Probably 7 years. But it will eventually be $100. It'll take a while. But it will eventually be $100 a promo. And it's a complete slam dunk. Because right now, the promo you can get for about $10. So let's just say it's $100 in the future, okay? And let's just say in 7 years. I think 7 years is actually quite a fair estimate. And how I got that number, I didn't just pluck it from thin air. How I got that number was the Hidden Fates promo is about 7 years old. It's more like 6 years old, but I'm giving leg room. The difference is the Hidden Fates promo is $200. So the Eevee is going to, for sure slam dunk $100 in 7 years, right? 100%. No one's doubting that. It might be $150, it might be $200, but what we can all agree on is it's going to be $100, right? That means you're averaging 100% per year. I mean, what the hell? Averaging 100% per year? You know what else averages 100% per year? Bitcoin. If someone told you that they know an investment that will do as well as Bitcoin has been averaging, you'd jump on them. You'd ask, tell me it right away. But it's in your face. I don't know. Do I need to say more? Grade cards. Grade cards is a difficult entry. There's 2 reasons why. First of all, also, I will just say, I will guide you on how you can grade cards correctly. There's 2 entries. First of all, you need to know how to pre-grade a card. You can't just grade a card and hope it gets a 10. No, that's not how it's done. You have to pre-grade the card. You have to look at the card. You have to evaluate if it's going to get a 10. And if it's not, don't even bother. Okay, here's the problem. Generally, when people look to buy cards to grade, let me just quickly give you some insights. Well, this card is $35. As a PSA 10, it's $250. So you would say to me, you'd go, whoa, Sam, dude, why aren't you grading this? What is wrong with you, you idiot? Well, I already did. I looked through my 60 and I picked 12 of the best to get graded. Say they all come back as 10s. I'm doing well. I'm doing well at least. At the least, I'm doing well. I turned an $8 promo plus a $40 grading cost into $200. But here's the thing. This card is going up. So by the time it comes back, which should be in about 2 months, that card could be worth $300 as a PSA 10. Maybe even $350. And if we're feeling a little naughty, perhaps $400. The thing is, at the end of the day, grading cards is so profitable. The entry isn't too bad because you're not competing with anybody. Let's be real for a second. Who are you competing with? I can grade cards, you can grade cards, your best mate can grade cards, and my best mate can grade cards. We can all grade cards and we can be one big grading card happy family. None of us are competing. We're not getting in each other's way. Just because I grade cards doesn't mean you can't grade cards. So, what's the catch? Well, the catch is that people will cheat you and they will lie to you about the condition. There's a simple fix, but let me just explain how people cheat you. Well, how people cheat you is basically, what they do is, they will sell the card online and they'll take a picture in certain angles so that you can't actually see the damage. And I've had this happen to me so many times where I've just given up as a whole. Now, I've given up as a whole for a reason I will get to in a minute. Basically, what I did was, if you buy cards online, don't expect to grade them. Don't expect to. Because more than likely, if it's PSA 10 worthy, the person will just grade it themselves. Now, here's the thing. The thing about these Pokemon cards online is that people lie about the condition. Now, I want to tell you a story about this guy that I bought some Pokemon cards off. Now, I will not name this guy. He will remain anonymous. I'm not even going to name the cards. I'm just going to say they're $500 cards. That's all you need to know. You don't need to know which cards. I'm not going to name the cards. I'm not going to name the person. I don't want in any way to trace back to this guy. I will never give this guy shit. I will never attack him. I will never insult him. I'm not happy with what he did, and I told him that, and I told him I'm not happy. I said to him, I said, you are a liar. You told me the condition was this, and you lied to me, but I'm not going to attack him, right? So I'm not going to say what it is. But basically, this guy, he needs to pay off some bills, so he goes to sell me some cards. He says, hey, I've got these cards to sell. We go hop on a call, and we talk about it. Basically, what happened was I said to him, I'm not going to bust your balls. I'm not going to be annoying. I'm not going to ask for all these different angles. I'm not going to be a pain in the ass. Let's just get this done with. I want to pay you I want to be off this call in 5 minutes. I want to pay you and you send the cards to me. Okay, cool. I say to him, I'm not going to bust your balls. I just want to know, are there any dings in the corner? For anyone who doesn't know, the most common damage for cards is in the top corners at the back. That is where most of the damage is. If there's no damage there, you've got like a 70% chance you can grade it. So I said to him, are there any dings in the corner? And he said, no. He said, no, they're all minty and they don't have dings. That was a lie. That was a really, really bad lie. He was wrong completely. So when I received them, I looked at them, I go, this guy lied to me. So I messaged him. I said, look, dude, I'm not going to bust your balls. I'm not going to be rude to you. I'm not going to ask for a refund. You need to pay some bills. I respect that. I'm not going to be annoying. I'm just going to say, I said to him, you're trying to make Pokemon work. You're trying to make a career out of this. This is not how it's done. Lying to make a quick sale is not how it's done. So I said to him, I'm not happy with this, but I'm not going to tell anybody about that. I said, I'm not going to judge you, and I'm still going to support you. I still hope you do well, but this isn't cool. You've lied to me. But I'm not going to hate you, right? So we went our own ways. He understood it. It was sad because it was a bittersweet moment, but it was whatever. It's life, you know? The thing is, that happens every single time. The only difference is people aren't forgiving like me. People will ridicule the person, review bomb their store, or on the other side, people will sell the card and lie to you about the condition, and it's just a world of cheating each other. Who can cheat the other person the most? Now, how you can fix this is by buying it in person. Now, if you buy it in person, more than likely you'll have to pay a premium. Usually it's about 10%, so let's just say the card goes for $1,000, you'll have to pay $1,100. The benefit is you get to see the card in person, which means if you're good enough, you can have a 100% success rate. This is where you go to a card show, you bring a mate of yours that has a really good grading track record, or you can just pay somebody who's so good at grading. You don't even need to know it yourself. You can just pay somebody $100 or $200 or shit, even $300 if they're good enough. Bring them over, drop 10K on that one day, buy all these cards, look at all these cards, spend the whole day just analyzing cards. Yes, grade this, no, grade that, yes, grade this, no, grade that, yes, no, yes, no. You bring all those cards, you submit all those cards, you do a massive submission, you get them PSA 10. When you get them back, listen to my words carefully, auction them off. Do not list them. Instead, you want to auction them off. The reason is because you want to get that cash back as soon as humanly possible so you can repeat this process. Listing it is not good. You're making huge margins. If it goes, Tyranitar, great example. I bought these cards in person. I bought a collection of cards. I did a massive submission and I bought all these cards off this guy in person. So I could analyze them in person. But the thing is, the benefit about buying out that collection was the cards wasn't even the main show. It was just like me looking at the cards and going, can I grade these? Would it be worth it? Yeah, okay, I'll grade a couple of these, right? Tyranitar from Battle Styles, I submitted. It was worth $250. I submitted it, came back as a 10. auctioned it off the same day and sold it for $650. After fees and shipping, let's just say I made $600. Okay, so we've got grading fees, which is about $50 AUD. So you've got $550. So I generated, so 250 minus 550, you get $300. My quick math, I think $300. It's like literally 1 a.m. So I'm a little cooked, guys. Let's just say $300. I think it's $300, but honestly, I'm so cooked right now. So I'm just going to say it's $300. I think it is, but anyway, $300. I generated $300 literally from thin air. Literally from thin air. From nothing. All I did was buy the card, get it graded, auction it off. It requires no skill. It requires no education. It requires no upfront deposit. It's just so easy. It's so easy. The thing is, this is so viable. It's so sustainable. It's recession proof. It's crash proof. Even if you grade a card and you bought it for $1,000 and as a PSA 10 it's $7,000 and it dips to $3,000, who gives a shit? Who cares? That's the thing. Grading cards is so profitable. Even if it halves in price, your margins are so high, it literally does not matter. I kid you not, it's so worth grading cards. Best way to do it, bring a friend who knows how to look at cards and pre-grades them. Go to a booth, pay 20% over market, 10% over market, but you can look at all these grails in person. It's so worth it. It is so worth it. Now, why did I stop doing it? Because I tried to just do the casual rate. I just tried to do it casually. I just tried to do it online. Just do it on the side. See if I can make $100 a week doing it. And I did. It was solid. But it just didn't line up anymore because I didn't really sell singles anymore. So I wasn't really getting singles in. So it wasn't really worth it for me to look at singles to grade. So yeah, I stopped doing it. But if you really want to, you could spend $10,000 or $5,000 or really whatever. Get them all in, grade them, sell them. Happy days. Alrighty, number 4. This is extremely viable. It doesn't matter if you're in a crash. It doesn't matter if we're in a bull market. It doesn't matter if we're in a flat line. This is always a demand that is always needed. And that is buying out collections. Buying out collections at a discounted price. The difference is the seller gets paid straight away. They can sell whatever they want. And they can sell large volumes. So, generally you'll buy at 70%. You buy 70%, meaning, let's just say the card is worth $1,000 for the sake of the video. You buy it for $700. You sell it for $1,000. After fees and shipping, you'll make $200 profit. That's pretty good. So, basically, there's a bit of doom and gloom with this in the fact that it's not as easy as that. Okay, there's so much added to it, right? It's not as simple as that. But the thing about buying collections that makes it so good is that Pokemon sells so fast. You compare it to watches, you compare it to Lego, you compare it to other industries like that, and it's actually hard to move them. Like, it's not that it's hard to move them, but they don't move fast. Pokemon is the type of thing where you can sell it within 5 minutes. I listed a card. I bought a card for $50, $100. No, it was like $50. I bought it. I literally listed it $5 under market value. $5. I listed instead of $155. I listed it for $150. Sold within 5 minutes. That's the power of Pokemon. It's so easy. It's so freaking easy. You literally buy it and you just sell it, and it's so easy because basically you're not building a brand. You're not putting in effort. You're literally buying Pokemon, listing it on eBay, and then just selling it. It's that easy. Like, I don't even need to break it down. There's nothing to break down. Now, you may ask yourself, why would people sell it under market? That's a very good question. And the reason is because they are desperate, because they need to pay their bills. This happens all the time. This is so common, right? People need to pay their bills. So generally people are irresponsible with their money. They buy more than they should. Then they have to end up fire selling it because they need to pay their bills that day. Now, the other thing is that people just don't want to bother with selling it, which is so valid. I have a mate of mine. He hits me up every 2 weeks, 3 weeks. And basically, what he says to me, he says, "Hey Sam, I've got some more sealed product to sell you. So I go to his house and I buy, say, 5K worth of sealed product, and I just sell it and I make that 15% margin. So he'll sell at 85% of market price and I make that 15% margin. That's pretty good. That is really, really good. For sealed product, that's so easy. I mean, we're talking like it's so easy. And basically, I said to him, I said, why don't you just sell it yourself? And it got brought in a conversation. He basically said he just hates people. He actually hates people. You gotta remember, like, it's so annoying to deal with people. They stand you up. They waste your time. They try to open up chargebacks and claims and disputes, and they try to say that the box was damaged, and people are just pain in the asses. Now, of course, most of the time it's fine, but even just listing something and having to deal with people. Dude, when you come back from work, you don't want to have to deal with people, especially when you're so up on an investment. Let's just say I 10x my money with this Pokemon card. I buy it for $50 and it goes to $500. Mate, I couldn't give a shit if I sell for $400. I'm like up 10x. I don't care. I'll sell it for $400. I don't care. If someone says to me, hey, I'll give you $400 for it right now, I'd say, just take it. Literally just take it. I'd rather get $100 less than have to deal with people in this industry. This industry, mainly, it's just more of industries as a whole. It's not cursed to Pokemon, but they're just pain in the asses. People are so annoying to deal with. So a lot of people would actually rather you deal with those people and you get paid for it because you get that little premium. So, yeah. Alrighty. Now, I'm just going to say, you're not going to be able to predict these three. You might be able to predict what they are, but not the order. There's no way you're going to predict the order. Number 3, make content. Make content. Have some sort of value you add to the industry. Now, I like to think that this video is adding value. I don't want to say it because it's kind of cocky. I'm just going to go ahead and say it. This video is adding value. It's helping someone out. Say this video gets 300 views, 500 views, 1,000 views, or maybe if we're feeling a little naughty and the YouTube algorithm, butters me up a little bit, maybe we can get 2,000 views. Who knows? I'm adding value and I'm helping you. I have been in this industry for years. I know this industry like the back of my palm. I literally live and breathe Pokemon. I'm adding value. And if you add value and you make content, that content, you can get ad revenue, you can make Facebook groups, you can make Discord servers, you can do whatever you want with it. So you can generate ad revenue. Say you make a YouTube channel or a TikTok, you can generate ad revenue. But also something that a lot of businesses do is they give you so much free shit. You could get free booster packs. You can get free booster boxes. Mate, there are so many YouTubers. How many YouTubers just get given free shit because they're a content creator? And they just get given a free Pokemon pack. Or they get given a free booster box. And the reason is because that YouTuber will then shout out that trading card store. And basically, you can build relationships like this where you have some sort of agreement where they give you booster boxes or booster packs or really whatever, and then in exchange, you shout them out. Or maybe you can sell merch, or you can do whatever. I don't need to explain on how making content is like profitable. Pretty sure you can just pick that up as a whole. But as long as you're adding value, and this is where it gets hard. Adding value is hard as hell because the thing is, it's just like if you open up booster packs, you're not really adding value. Like PokeRev, for anyone who doesn't know, if you don't know who PokeRev is, like holy shit. But anyways, PokeRev is the go-to for a lot of people for whenever it comes to new sets and openings. People love watching his content because he makes fun opening videos. Cool. You're not going to be able to do the same. You're not. I hate to stomp on your dreams, but hey, would you rather I stomp on your dreams and you stop it from now rather than I support you and your business fails and you've wasted all your life, right? I'd rather stomp on your dreams now. You're not going to get anywhere if you open up booster packs. The only thing I've seen successful of people opening up booster packs recently is there is a couple that makes YouTube videos and they're mildly successful. I don't know how well they're doing, but they're doing decent. Where it's a husband and a wife and they do pack battles. And that's interesting as. Like, that's fun. That's cool. Then you can go on like team wife or team husband. Like, it's fun, right? That's cool. But you're not going to add value. And this is the hard part, adding value. Because how are you going to add value? Like, it's so hard. it's like something, it's with this industry, it's kind of like if you want to add value, you kind of have to be in this industry for a good couple years until you can actually bring something to the table that's useful, right? I can blabber on all I want, right? I can upload every day, I can blabber on and make random stupid videos. But if all my predictions are wrong, if all of my credibility goes out the drain, I'm nothing. I'm a nothing burger with a side of nothing fries. Like, literally. The thing is, you won't do well unless you're actually adding value. Me, hey, I think I add value. I don't want to boast or anything, but I think I add value. I have people message me and they say, hey, I bought this because of your video and now it's doing really well. Good examples like Fusion Strike, Paldea Evolved. I said to buy Paldea Evolved. It was a good couple months ago when I said to buy it. I was saying, hey, look at these trends. You should buy Paldea Evolved. And then I said it again, like a couple weeks later. I said, hey, this Magikarp has jumped up. You should buy it. And then I made another video saying, hey, you should buy Paldea Evolved. And then I made a video the other day saying, hey, okay, you really need to buy Paldea Evolved. And then I think my latest video of Paldea Evolved, I said, yeah, if you didn't buy Paldea Evolved, you've just missed the boat. Like, it's really gone up a lot. Potentially goes up more. I don't really know. The thing is, my credibility is based on how right I am. So I can fake it, but I can't do that until I make it. You can't do that in this industry. The people who are the most successful are generally the people who add the most value. Or the people who have been here the longest, like Pokerev. Or Pokerev, I can't think of anyone else who opens up packs. Or someone I want to name is someone like Rudy from Alpha Investments. He's worth, what, 50 mil plus? He adds value. If you can even have a conversation with the guy, that's a bonus. I mean, shit, you know what's interesting that I was thinking about the other day? Is that 100 years ago, we couldn't talk to millionaires. We couldn't talk to billionaires. There would be no way for normal people to talk to billionaires. But now in this day and age, not only you can talk to them online if they're so kind to reply to you back, you can watch their videos. Like, it's so crazy to me to think that you can watch someone who's worth $50 million from an industry and you can watch him rant on his video for 40 minutes about people in that industry and how he makes money in it. What the heck? Like, it's literally in your face to make money. Now, it's very hard to make content because it just requires so much work. Like, I'm literally running on, like, first of all, no sleep, but also every time I blink, I swear it's blurry. Like, I literally cannot use my vision right now because I'm so cooked right now. So it requires a lot of work, right? Like, I have to be up in a couple hours. I have to edit this video before I go to sleep, and then I have to shoot another video. I have to make a thumbnail, and it's a lot of work. And the more important thing is that it's a lot of work with no reward. Everybody works hard. Well, most people work hard. But the thing about making content is there's months and months of no reward. That's what makes it difficult. So making content is very good, but the thing is, if making content is number 3, what the hell could actually be number 1 and 2? Like, seriously, what could be number 1 or number 2? Alrighty, number 2. Congratulations, you have made it this far in this video. I feel bad for people who have left this video. You know why I feel bad? Because I can't make this video shorter. I can't make this video shorter. I have to explain every single strategy. I have to give my input on it. I can't make that in 10 minutes. I can't make that in 20 minutes. This has to be a minimum of 40 minutes long. Or maybe 30 minutes. I don't really know. But it's going to be long. Number 2. You buy 2 booster boxes. Wait for it to double in price. You sell 1 booster box. Now your original booster box that you bought is free. To make it in easier terms, you buy 2 booster boxes for $200 each. So now you have $400 worth of assets. They double in price to $800. You sell half of it. Now it's back to $400, but you've only got 1. But now you also have an extra $400 made from thin air, which is an investment. You're realizing your gain. You get the $400, you put in another 2 booster boxes. Let that double. Take half of it out. You get that $400 again, put it in a booster box. Let that double. Take it out. Get the booster box and you just sell half. You keep selling half. So basically, what you're doing is you're basically getting in almost like an infinite money glitch, right? You get 2 booster box cases. Once it doubles in price, you sell 1 to cover the other one. That's what I do with my Final Fantasy boxes. I wanted 5 Final Fantasy boxes. This was months before release. I wanted 5 Final Fantasy collector boxes. Now, you don't need to know what a Final Fantasy collector box is. More than likely, you don't know what it is because it's from a different trading card game. But the point is, it doubled in price and I sold half of my investment, so my original investment was free. Let me break it down for you. I bought 5. I thought to myself, I want these 5 to be free. Not only I want these to be free, I want a larger position in this TCG. So I bought 5 more. So I had 10. So now I've doubled my money. So what I've done is I've sold half of them. So now I'm back down to 5. The difference is that 5 was free. It didn't cost me anything. Great example are my SBCs. I bought 2 SBCs for $200 each. I sold one of them for $400. That Prismatic Evolution SBC, my entry on it is $0. It's free. It didn't cost me anything. It literally cost me a total of jack shit. And this is such a viable strategy. I know so many people who do this. I know a lot of smart, intelligent people who do this. And you know what they do? They just buy booster boxes. They have a normal job. They just buy booster boxes. When it doubles in price, sell half and reinvest it. Meanwhile, they're also adding more money into it. So, what they've done is they've invested $10,000 in, and they keep doubling that money every couple of years, right? Let's just say every 2 years on average, Pokemon, it doubles, right? But not only that, they're also adding more money every week from their job. Holy shit, this compounds so fast. It is literally getting compounding interest and dialing it up to the max. This does numbers. This actually does numbers. It is phenomenal. But if this is number 2, what's number 1? Alrighty, number 1. You guys would not like this. Well, some of you wouldn't. Some of you would. I hope this is relieving for some people. Some stressed people. Maybe they're trying to make it so hard in this industry that they're just stressing themselves out. Maybe they wanted to replace Pokemon with their job, but then making Pokemon their job stressed them more out from their original job. Number 1 is not having a Pokemon job. It's crazy. Instead, you just get the money that you make from your job, work as many hours as you possibly can. All that excess money that you make after you've paid your bills, and dude, if you live with your parents, holy shit, you can do this by multiple folds. Like, the sooner you do this, the better. But also, if you live with your parents, even if you're like 25, like, don't be embarrassed, right? I mean, I don't know why I had to say it's like you would be embarrassed. No one's shaming you for living in your parents' household when you're 25. Maybe some people are, but I'm not. On this channel, we do not shame you if you still live with your parents. I literally don't give a shit. But the thing is, the less bills you have, the better. But let's just assume you have all the normal bills, rent, utilities, and shit like that. Once you're caught up on all your bills, invest as much money as you can in Pokemon, and just never sell. Just never sell. Maybe once you've tripled your money or 5x your money, you sell 1 or 2 boxes. If you bought a Sword and Shield booster box, let's say Silver Tempest, you bought a booster box case you bought 10 for $1,000 each. Let's just say 16 months ago, right? Then you wait until now. You are now sitting from $10,000 to about $50,000, about that range. It's like $45,000. It's like 4.5K for a Silver Tempest case, right? You'll be sitting on about $45,000. If you bought a Sun and Moon booster box, and this goes back to not selling. If you bought a Sun and Moon booster box, we'll just pluck a random one, Unbroken Bonds. If you bought Unbroken Bonds booster box case, if you bought 10 of them, cost you $1,000 each, okay? It's $10,000. Now that's worth, what? Is that $112,000? Oh no, it's more. It's more. It's way more. It's like $150,000 or something for 10 cases. Well, each box is worth about 2.5K. So each case is worth, if I'm using my quick math, $15,000. So $150,000. Oh man, I was right on the nail. Holy crap, I was right on the money. $150,000. Okay. If you bought an X and Y booster box, we'll just say any random one. They're like $3,000 now. You get the point. It keeps going up. But the further it goes on, it's like it keeps getting ridiculous numbers. It goes from like $45,000 to like $150,000, then like $300,000, then like $1 million, $2 million, $3 million. It just keeps getting higher and higher. Now, here's the beauty of it. All those booster boxes I just mentioned are not the top booster box. I did not cherry pick. I did not pick the best booster box of the era. I did not pick Evolving Skies. I did not pick Team Up. I did not pick Flashfire. I picked the most average performing boxes in that era. Wow. Amazing. Inspiring. If you bought Evolving Skies, if you bought 10 cases of them for $10,000, you would be sitting on $210,000? Team Up. If you bought 10 cases of Team Up, the best, I'm cherry picking now for the record. This is me cherry picking. If you bought Team Up booster boxes six years ago, and you were holding on to them now, 10 cases, you have spent $10,000. Now you'd be sitting on $1.2 million. Wow, that is cherry picking. But you know my favorite part is? I hate cherry picking. I hate those videos where it's like, if you bought whatever meme coin, let's just say if you bought, what can I think of? Let's just say Express Tape meme coin, right? Let's just say a random crypto meme coin. Express Tape coin, okay? Yeah, you can sell it really quickly. If you bought that and then you bought it on September 21st of 2021 and then you held it onto 2035, you would be a millionaire by buying this coin. I hate when people make those videos because it's selective. If you bought it on this day and you held it till this long and you went through this and this, then you'd be a millionaire. Shut the hell up, dude. Like, why don't you be a millionaire, man? Get a life. The thing is about Pokemon is I'm not cherry picking. I'm picking like the most average sets of the era, right? You got a couple bad sets. You got Vivid Voltage, Rebel Clash, and then you got a couple good sets. Fusion Strike, Revolving Skies, and then you got the middle ground sets. Astral Radiance, Silver Tempest, Battle Styles, Chilling Rain. Okay, I picked one of the medium sets, and you're already up like, what, $35,000? You went from $10,000 to $45,000 in the span of like, what, 16 months? Buying and never selling does wonders. There's a good example I want to use. Please don't use this as financial advice, because it's not. But there is a Final Fantasy set. Oh, I already mentioned the Final Fantasy set. I have to like give an intro like you probably don't know what this is, but hey, now you know what it is. The top chase in this modern set is $60,000 AUD. Does that mean that the booster box could go to $10,000 each? Who knows? I don't know. You don't know. You might see that and instantly think, oh my gosh, what a fool. He just had $10,000? He's an idiot. But the thing is, you don't know. I don't know. Realistically, we don't know. I'm sorry, I did not think this booster box would be $2,000 this quickly. A mate of mine who's very experienced in this industry, he said to me, Final Fantasy booster boxes are going to be $3,000 by the end of the year. I just said he's an idiot. I literally just said, mate, you're an idiot. And like, I will just say, you know, we are chill like that. Like, I didn't just insult him out of nowhere. Like, we are chill like that. We insult each other all the time. It's like, we are chill like that. But I still said he's an idiot, right? I said, you're an idiot. There's no way that's happening. Dude, it's already like 2.1K. Why can't it be 3K by the end of the year? But then, if it can be 3K by the end of the year, and you can still pull a $60,000 card inside, why can't it be 4K? Why can't it be 5K? Why can't it be 6K? Well, the answer is, I don't know. Will it be? I have no clue. But that's the beauty of investing, because you have no clue. If you had a clue, it wouldn't work. But because I have no clue, then the people who take that risk are rewarded. Final Fantasy boxes, it costs me $0 because I doubled my money on it. If they go to $10,000 each, cool. If they go to $0, cool. I literally don't care. I doubled my money. It didn't cost me anything. The thing is, that is where the money is made. You can double your money as long as you just commit to never selling that initial investment, right? Those Final Fantasy boxes, those 5 Final Fantasy boxes, they better never be sold. Like, at least for 3 years, I better never sell a single unit. If I actually sold half of my position, which I'm going to sell half of my position, I better never sell that second half. It costs me nothing. There should be no reason that I am forced to sell it. Unless I'm buying like a house or something. I guess that's a little bit different, right? Like diversifying. There's nothing wrong with that. But the fact that I've doubled my money, my risk is literally nothing. It just, in getting a normal job and investing just does numbers. It really does. And when you really crank it up, like if you invested 100k into Silver Tempest, well, now you'd be sitting at 450k. If you invested 100k into Unbroken Bonds, now you'd be sitting at 1.5 mil. If you invested 100k into X and Y, you'd be sitting at like 3 mil. If you invested 100k into, and then it goes on, and then it gets higher and higher numbers. So that's the thing. Now, here's the thing. Something to ponder on is that, eventually Sword and Shield boxes are going to be like $5,000 each. Like, eventually Fusion Strike and eventually Silver Tempest. Like, Silver Tempest will be a $5,000 booster box one day. It's going to take a long time to get there, but eventually it will be. So then it makes you think, if Silver Tempest is eventually going to be $5,000 a booster box, then there's no guesswork. But it's kind of like you thinking, oh man, I really wish I could buy X and Y at retail. You can. It's called Sword and Shield. It's called Scarlet and Violet. It's called Prismatic Evolutions. It's called Paladin Fates. It's called 151. Because in 10 years' time, people are going to be looking at Paladin Fates and going, oh man, I wish I could buy that at retail. If only I could buy that at retail. Man, if you bought it at retail and you're still holding, people are going to be thinking that. So now's your opportunity. Wake up, lock in, make a decision.